Welcome to an insightful exploration into the vital connections between what we eat and our well-being. Today, we delve into the surprising medical impacts of everyday foods, from the intricate effects of cheeses on our body to the diverse roles of different breads in our diet and the profound health benefits of various fruits. Let's uncover the science behind our plates. If you're over 60, your physician won't tell you that there are 4 specific cheeses you absolutely must eat and 4 you should entirely avoid. Unknown to many, eating the wrong types of cheese can increase your risk of heart disease by as much as 40%, according to a study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition. This research also indicates that the saturated fats in certain popular cheeses can gradually lead to clogged arteries, higher blood pressure, and even transient ischemic attacks, which are minor strokes. Significantly, many of these seemingly harmless cheeses are marketed as gourmet or healthy, which actually makes them more hazardous. Moreover, the impact goes beyond just heart health. Some cheeses can gradually accelerate cognitive decline, lead to blood sugar issues, and heighten inflammation. Certainly, even seemingly innocent foods like a grilled cheese sandwich or a slice of creamy cheese on a cracker might be triggering a health crisis, especially if you're over 60. At this age, your body's ability to process fats and sodium is significantly reduced. Wait until you hear about the type of cheese that is the most dangerous. It is far more harmful than you might have been led to believe, and chances are you've eaten it before. Keep watching because we're about to reveal the cheese that specialists now call a stroke on a plate. But don't be alarmed. Not all cheeses are harmful. Choosing the right ones can actually be very beneficial for your gut, brain, and bones. Let us know your viewing location in the comments section below before we begin. For additional videos like this, be sure to subscribe to our channel and give this video a thumbs up. Without further delay, let's dive into the list of the top 4 cheeses that everyone over 60 should include in their diet. The next item we're discussing is mozzarella, specifically buffalo or fresh mozzarella. I'm curious to find out if you're tuning in at this moment. If this video strikes a chord with you, please type 1 in the comments section. If so, type 0. Set aside any preconceived ideas about mozzarella. This cheese, when fresh and minimally processed, is one of the best options you can enjoy after turning 60. Real mozzarella, particularly authentic buffalo mozzarella, is crafted using only water, buffalo milk, salt, rennet, and cultures, unlike the overly processed, rubbery shredded varieties available in plastic bags at supermarkets. This purity yields a cheese that is abundant in high-quality protein, contains less sodium, and has relatively low levels of saturated fat. In fact, a 2022 study featured in the European Journal of Nutrition demonstrated that elderly individuals consuming fresh, low-salt cheeses, such as mozzarella, improved their vascular flexibility and encountered fewer episodes of arthritis flare-ups. The high ratio of calcium to sodium and its natural anti-inflammatory properties are likely reasons for this. Another aspect that makes fresh mozzarella attractive to older adults is its balance. It contains less lactose, making it easier to digest, and is rich in essential minerals such as calcium, phosphorus, and selenium. Buffalo milk notably contains higher levels of vitamin A and zinc, as well as enhanced antioxidant capabilities. These nutrients are crucial for older individuals to sustain a strong immune system and healthy eyesight. Furthermore, it is among the rare cheeses that preserve substantial amounts of bioactive peptides. These natural compounds, formed during fermentation, have been shown to possess properties that can lower blood pressure. Furthermore, mozzarella contains a significant amount of conjugated linoleic acid, a type of fatty acid that enhances fat metabolism and reduces inflammation. 2 factors that are especially important in managing chronic conditions such as arthritis and joint pain. Additionally, mozzarella is very versatile. Toss it into a fresh salad, drizzle it over roasted vegetables, or layer it on tomatoes with basil and olive oil for a classic combination. It is satisfying, yet not heavy. Thus, mozzarella is an excellent daily option if you're looking for a cheese that supports immune, bone, and heart health without leading to bloating or raising blood pressure. Feta cheese takes the third spot. With its distinctive salty and tangy taste, feta often astonishes folks when it appears on the list of beneficial foods. But here's the truth. Feta is among the healthiest cheeses for individuals over 60 when eaten in moderation. Typically produced from sheep's milk or a mix of sheep and goat milk, feta has a unique protein composition that is gentler on aging digestive systems and contains less lactose than cheeses made from cow's milk, facilitating easier digestion. What truly distinguishes feta is its nutritional profile. Compared to creamier cheeses, feta contains less fat, yet remains rich in calcium, protein, and vitamin B12, which are vital for maintaining healthy neurological functions, strong bones, and muscle mass as you age. One of the significant benefits of feta is its content of probiotics, or beneficial bacteria, crucial for gut health. Foods rich in probiotics, such as feta, can enhance digestion, alleviate bloating, and bolster immune function, which is particularly important as seniors often experience digestive issues or reduced microbiome diversity due to medications and age-related changes. A small amount is sufficient due to its robust flavor, which not only keeps the calorie and sodium content low, but also means you don't need a lot to feel content. Moreover, since it is a crumbly cheese, it naturally promotes portion control. Just a sprinkle of a few crumbles on roasted vegetables or a salad can make your meal more satisfying and healthy. Feta becomes an even safer choice for individuals with high blood pressure when it is rinsed before consumption, reducing its sodium content by as much as 30% for those concerned about salt intake. Swiss cheese is another excellent option, recognized by its distinctive holes and mild nutty taste. Swiss cheese offers older adults a delightful range of health benefits. Swiss cheese's surprisingly low sodium content, just 54 milligrams per ounce, or about 75% less than many other hard cheeses, may be its most significant advantage. Because of this, Swiss is an excellent option for seniors who want to savor the taste of a classic cheese while monitoring their blood pressure or managing heart conditions. One of the most naturally lactose-free cheese choices, Swiss cheese's natural aging process diminishes lactose to nearly zero, catering to the heightened lactose sensitivity that many older adults face as they age. Studies have shown that the specific bacterial strains used in the production of Swiss cheese, particularly Propionibacterium freudenreichii, generate beneficial compounds during the fermentation process that are linked to improved immune function in the elderly. Additionally, vitamin K2, also produced during these fermentation activities, plays a crucial role in preventing calcium deposits in the arteries and instead directs it towards strengthening the bones. Swiss cheese, providing roughly 200 mg of calcium per ounce, serves as an excellent source of calcium. This is particularly valuable for older adults facing the challenges of age-related bone density reduction, helping them fulfill their increased calcium needs. With nearly 8 grams per ounce, the protein level in Swiss cheese is also impressive, offering the essential amino acids needed to combat the increased rate of loss experienced after age 60. Swiss cheese is particularly good for brain health due to its high vitamin B12 content, which provides almost 16% of the recommended daily intake per ounce. This is crucial as it helps address the reduced absorption of B12 commonly seen with age, which can impact cognitive abilities. Furthermore, recent studies suggest that the specific fatty acid profile found in Alpine-style cheeses like Swiss might reduce inflammation markers in the elderly. For older adults, the distinctive holes in Swiss cheese serve a practical purpose. They form as a result of gas-releasing bacteria that help in the decomposition of the cheese's components during aging, making the cheese easier to digest. Let's start with goat cheese. Goat cheese should be a staple in your refrigerator once you reach the age of 60. Goat cheese offers more than just its delightfully creamy texture. It ranks as one of the most nutrient-rich, anti-inflammatory, and digestible cheeses available. Short and medium-chain fatty acids provide goat milk's lipids with their natural configuration. What does this imply? As your metabolism decelerates with age, these acids are particularly advantageous because they are simpler for your liver to metabolize and less prone to be stored as body fat. Interestingly, goat cheese contains less casein, the primary dairy protein that often causes digestive issues for many people, and has lower levels of lactose. This makes it easier on the stomach and reduces the chances of bloating or discomfort. Additionally, goat cheese is rich in probiotics, beneficial bacteria that support immune function, aid digestion, and can even help regulate mood. As we age, the diversity of our gut microbiome decreases, potentially weakening our immune system and increasing inflammation. Goat cheese assists in naturally restoring this balance. It is also abundant in zinc, which supports tissue repair and immune system function, and selenium, crucial for thyroid wellness and antioxidant defense. Yet, perhaps its most overlooked benefit is its contribution to brain health. Goat cheese contains beneficial omega-3 fatty acids and a unique form of vitamin A that supports memory and cognitive functions. This nutrient-dense cheese is under investigation for its ability to potentially prevent Alzheimer's disease and delay the beginning of age-related cognitive decline. Additionally, goat cheese is known for its simple ingredients list, containing no extra additives or artificial substances. Unlike processed cheeses, goat cheese enhances flavor and adds versatility to any dish, be it sprinkled over a salad, smeared on whole grain toast, or mixed into a vegetable omelet. Having covered the top 4 cheeses to include in your diet, let's now turn to the ones to avoid, especially if you're over 60. American cheese ranks 4th on this list. Although it might make you nostalgic for the grilled cheese sandwiches of your childhood, this cheese-like product is one you should avoid as you age. Truthfully, American cheese isn't actually cheese in the traditional sense. It is a processed food made by mixing real cheese with emulsifiers, extra salt, artificial coloring, and preservatives. You ought to pay attention to the sodium levels because just one slice comprises approximately 15% of the daily recommended intake. This additional amount of salt can significantly impact blood pressure management for older adults who are already managing heart conditions or high blood pressure. Considering that gut health directly influences immune response and inflammation across the body, maintaining a balanced gut microbiome becomes increasingly important as we grow older. The emulsifiers employed to achieve that creamy texture have been linked to disruptions in gut flora. Moreover, processed cheese often includes synthetic phosphates that can obstruct calcium absorption, posing a significant concern for elderly individuals already facing age-related bone deterioration. These phosphate additives, specifically studied in older groups, show a surprising correlation with increased arterial calcification, essentially representing an expedited progression of artery hardening that typically occurs with aging. There are numerous superior cheese alternatives that can satisfy your cravings without the concerning additives. Therefore, the convenience simply doesn't justify the health compromises. Third, blue cheese. This is where it gets complicated. While blue cheese often conveys a touch of culinary sophistication, it can rapidly turn risky for older adults. The characteristic veined mold is not just there for taste. It's penicillium mold, a living fungus that produces biogenic compounds such as tyramine and histamine. These substances are rapidly metabolized in younger, healthier individuals. However, as we age, our body's enzymatic activity decreases, causing these substances to remain longer and potentially cause harm. A recent 2023 study featured in the journal Food Chemistry indicates that older adults consuming high levels of tyramine might suffer from migraines, substantial increases in blood pressure, and possibly cardiac arrhythmias. Initially, some individuals might feel dizzy as they start on this biochemical journey, which can end with trips to the emergency room. Additionally, the mold found in blue cheese increases the risk of listeria contamination, especially if the cheese is soft, unpasteurized, or improperly stored. This is a potentially life-threatening infection for individuals with compromised immune systems. What's alarming is the subtlety with which it presents itself. Minor palpitations, a pulsating headache, or a reddened face might be the first signs. Following that, you might experience chest tightness, ears ringing, and a significant sensation of pressure, which is often incorrectly blamed on aging or stress. In reality, this is due to a gradual deterioration of your vascular health caused by a neurotoxic overload. Moreover, if you suffer from kidney problems or high blood pressure, consuming blue cheese is strongly discouraged. Containing more than 400 milliliters of sodium per ounce, it ranks as one of the saltiest cheeses available. In contrast, some less intense cheeses contain double this amount. When paired with the high cream content found in certain varieties of blue cheese, you encounter a significant combination of risks that can clog your arteries and elevate your blood pressure. Many people do not connect their preferred blue cheese wedge with their common headaches or stomach pains. Yet, it often acts as the hidden cause of mysterious chronic symptoms in older individuals. Cream cheese is the next most common culprit. Cream cheese might seem harmless initially. It spreads easily, is soft, and pairs nicely with morning bagels. But beneath that smooth texture lies a potentially dangerous source of fat, especially for those aged 60 and above. Cream cheese contains minimal protein and is high in saturated fat. Essentially, it offers a low-nutrient, high-calorie boost that does not fulfill the genuine nutritional needs of your body. Instead, it encourages the accumulation of fat, especially around the abdominal area. Managing weight becomes increasingly challenging with the addition of energy-dense, nutrient-poor foods such as cream cheese, especially when combined with a metabolism that is already decelerating due to age-related muscle loss. Another seldom mentioned hazard associated with cream cheese is bacterial contamination. Cream cheese is particularly susceptible to listeria, a harmful bacterium that poses a significant risk to elderly individuals because of its soft texture. Listeria is not just a gastrointestinal condition. It can lead to septicemia or meningitis, particularly in older adults with weakened immune systems. The danger increases when cream cheese is left unrefrigerated, even briefly, such as during office gatherings or on breakfast buffets. Additionally, consider the following point. Cream cheese is often sweetened with flavors such as honey, walnut, or strawberry. These varieties subtly add extra sugars, which worsen the problem. Sugar elevates insulin levels, which promotes fat storage and enhances inflammation. Now you must manage foods rich in fats, sugars, and potentially bacteria, all in what many consider a harmless breakfast item. For those over 60, it represents a triple threat that is often unfortunately ignored. First and foremost, let's discuss spreads made from processed cheese. This type of cheese spread, which comes in tubs, jars, or small foil-wrapped triangles, truly deserves to be called a stroke on a plate. It might seem innocent, especially when marketed as being kid-friendly or easy to spread, but don't be deceived. For those aged 60 and older, this cheese is the most lethal. Why? Because it combines the most harmful elements of all previous offenders, an alarming amount of chemical additives, high levels of saturated fats, and extremely elevated sodium content. The production process of processed cheese spreads is what renders them so harmful. These are not merely softened cheeses. They are subjected to chemical processing, emulsification, and stabilization with synthetic materials like sodium phosphate, a preservative linked to kidney damage. Indeed, phosphate additives significantly worsen any existing kidney impairment, which becomes more common as we age. Over the years, these can burden your kidneys, potentially leading to renal failure or disease. Moreover, this is not just a marginal theory. Phosphate additives in processed foods have been associated with deteriorating kidney function in several studies, including research from the National Kidney Foundation. Yet, that is just the beginning. Additionally, many spreads include significant amounts of trans fats, or partially hydrogenated oils, which are banned in numerous countries, yet still appear in some budget-friendly cheese products. Trans fats heighten the risk of heart attacks and strokes by raising bad cholesterol, known as LDL, and lowering good cholesterol, referred to as HDL. Many people think it's less fattening than hard cheese because of its soft, creamy texture, but it's actually worse nutritionally. The synthetic chemicals it contains can cause inflammation that may lead to faster cognitive decline in individuals over 60. Consequently, this is the cheese you should eliminate from your refrigerator immediately. It is not only unhealthy, but it is also quite aggressive from a biological standpoint. Ultimately, cheese does not have to be the enemy of good health beyond the age of 60. In fact, it could be one of the most delicious components in your nutritional toolbox if selected wisely. Understanding which foods slow down the aging process and which ones promote it is crucial. We'd like to hear from you now. How many of these cheeses do you regularly include in your diet? Have you tried substituting some of the detrimental habits with healthier alternatives? We'd love to hear about your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. We enjoy reading your insights. Thank you for watching. From the unique nutritional profile of cheeses, we now turn our attention to the staple found on almost every table. Join us as we examine the diverse health implications of bread, understanding its benefits and potential drawbacks. For numerous senior adults, bread has consistently been a fundamental part of the diet, whether it's a warm piece at breakfast, a sandwich for lunch, or toast with tea in the evening. However, as we grow older, not all bread is equally beneficial. Many of the popular bread options available in supermarkets might be more detrimental than beneficial. That's why in this video, we're breaking down 4 types of bread that seniors should avoid and 4 that older adults should definitely include in their diet to promote improved digestion, better blood sugar regulation, and long-term cardiovascular health. As we age, our bodies become increasingly sensitive to refined carbohydrates, concealed sugars, and ultra-processed components, all commonly present in the less healthy varieties of bread. These can subtly lead to increases in blood sugar, swelling in the joints, weight gain, and even a higher risk of cognitive decline. For older adults managing conditions like diabetes, high blood pressure, or digestive issues, consuming the incorrect type of bread daily can gradually undermine their overall health. Conversely, selecting the appropriate bread can provide fiber, minerals, and consistent energy that aids in aging well. Certain breads can reduce cholesterol, balance blood sugar, and even support digestive health, making them perfect for individuals over 60 looking to make healthier eating choices without sacrificing the pleasure of bread. Therefore, if you have ever found yourself confused in the bread section, uncertain about which option to choose, or if you have been consuming the same type for years without knowing the concealed ingredients it contains, this guide is designed for you. We will assist you in making knowledgeable, senior-centric choices that ensure each piece of bread benefits your health. Let's start with the initial type of bread that older adults should absolutely avoid, even though it remains prevalent in countless kitchens nationwide. The most harmful bread. First up, white bread, a nutritionally hollow option that raises blood sugar and provides minimal benefit. When considering types of bread that seniors should absolutely avoid, one stands out unquestionably: white bread. Soft, fluffy, and frequently advertised for its convenience, white bread has been a common item in kitchens for years. However, for older adults, it provides almost no nutritional benefits and carries significant hidden dangers, particularly for those dealing with blood sugar levels, weight management, or digestive issues. The primary problem with white bread stems from its processing method. In the milling process, the wheat kernel is stripped of its bran and germ, eliminating most of the fiber, antioxidants, and essential nutrients. What is left is refined flour, which the body breaks down quickly, causing rapid increases in blood sugar, followed by sudden drops. These fluctuations can leave older adults feeling exhausted, irritable, or in need of more carbohydrates. For seniors managing diabetes or insulin resistance, these swings in blood sugar can subtly deplete energy, heighten inflammation, and potentially increase the risk of cognitive decline. Since white bread contains minimal fiber, it does not significantly aid digestion or intestinal health, both of which typically become more delicate as we age. Additionally, a diet lacking in fiber may exacerbate constipation, a condition that already impacts a substantial number of older adults. Even more concerning, many store-bought white breads contain additives such as high-fructose corn syrup, preservatives, and emulsifiers that enhance shelf life and texture. These substances can irritate the intestinal lining, interfere with beneficial gut bacteria, and strain the liver and kidneys over time. Take the case of Glenora Glow Trenton, an 84-year-old retired nurse from Savannah, Georgia. For many years, she began every day with 2 slices of white toast with jelly. However, gradually, she observed an increase in her blood pressure, a decline in her energy levels by mid-morning, and a slowdown in her digestive process. Upon consulting with a nutritionist who evaluated her eating habits, white bread was the initial item to be eliminated. Glow switched to a whole grain alternative and quickly observed more consistent energy levels, fewer cravings, and a notable enhancement in her regularity. The issue with white bread isn't solely its contents, it's also about what's lacking. It lacks the fiber needed for healthy digestion, the protein required to maintain muscle strength, and the slow-releasing carbohydrates that provide sustained energy for seniors throughout the day. For those over 60 looking to control their weight, reduce inflammation, or manage blood sugar, it really isn't worth the spikes and dips in glucose levels. In conclusion, while white bread might be well known, it is hardly beneficial for the aging body. This item is heavily processed and lacks fiber, negatively impacting the health of seniors in various ways. Fortunately, healthier and more fulfilling options are readily available, and we will delve into those later in this video. Coming up, we will examine another common type of bread perceived as healthy, which could be silently harming blood vessels and digestive health, particularly in the elderly. The least healthy bread option is number 2, multigrain bread that isn't 100% whole grain. This is a marketing ploy that could negatively impact the health of older adults. It sounds wholesome, right? Multigrain bread evokes thoughts of fiber-filled nutrition and heart-healthy benefits. But be cautious. Not every multigrain bread is the same. In truth, several are essentially just white bread masquerading under a guise of being healthy. This is the reason why multigrain bread that isn't 100% whole grain should definitely be included on the list of breads that seniors should avoid. The phrase multigrain indicates that the bread includes multiple types of grain. However, unless it is specifically labeled as 100% whole grain, those grains might have been processed, removing their fiber, vitamins, and minerals, much like white flour. Consequently, such bread can cause a rapid increase in blood sugar, is digested quickly, and provides minimal benefits for sustained energy or digestive health. For older adults, this issue is especially troubling. Bread low in fiber can exacerbate constipation, heighten hunger, and neglect to nurture a healthy microbiome. Additionally, the fluctuations in blood sugar resulting from refined carbohydrates can cause inflammation, weight gain, and tiredness. These factors play a role in the development of conditions such as diabetes, joint pain, and heart disease. And then there's the issue with labeling confusion. Numerous commercial breads marked as multigrain are actually made with enriched wheat flour, which is essentially white flour. The packaging might feature terms such as hearty wheat or natural, yet these do not reflect the nutritional content. The key term to look for is 100% whole grain. Absence of this phrase usually means you are purchasing a product that is much less nutritious than it seems. Take the example of Wendell Dell Swinton, an 86-year-old retired train conductor from Des Moines, Iowa. Dell swapped his usual white bread for a multigrain option he discovered at a discount, assuming it was a healthier choice. However, his blood sugar levels remained unchanged, and he started to suffer from nighttime hunger pangs and slow digestion. His dietitian looked over the ingredients and noted that the bread had a higher sugar content than fiber and was primarily made from refined grains. Dell then transitioned to an authentic whole grain bread, and within 2 weeks, his energy levels rose and his digestive health was restored. If enriched wheat flour appears as the first or second ingredient in a loaf of bread, consider it a warning sign. Similarly, if a multi-grain bread offers less than 2 grams of fiber per slice, it probably isn't contributing much to your nutritional needs as a senior. In conclusion, not all multigrain breads are beneficial, and many can be quite deceptive. For older adults, it's important to look beyond the advertising and ensure that the label lists whole grain as the primary ingredient and shows a fiber content of at least 3 grams per slice. If these criteria are not met, it's advisable to select a healthier bread option. Next, we'll explore a variety of bread that might appear modern and handy, yet could lead to bloating, inflammation, and inadequate nutrient absorption in seniors. The third worst bread, low-carb wraps, and keto breads. These products are often laden with additives that can disrupt digestion in older adults. In recent years, the low-carb trend has infiltrated almost every supermarket bread section, filling the shelves with an array of low-carb wraps, keto breads, and high-protein alternatives for sandwiches. Although they might appear to be the ideal choice for seniors monitoring their blood sugar levels, the reality is that many of these items are heavily processed, packed with additives that can irritate the digestive system and often cause more harm than benefit. That's why low-carb wraps and ultra-processed keto breads should be included on the list of breads that seniors should avoid. What is it about these products that makes them so troublesome? To substitute conventional flour, producers frequently use substantial amounts of fiber supplements such as oat fiber, inulin, chicory root, or altered starches. While a certain amount of fiber is beneficial, these specific forms, particularly when isolated and consumed in large amounts, may lead to bloating, cramping, and inconsistent digestion, especially in older adults whose digestive systems operate more slowly. Additionally, numerous keto-style breads and wraps incorporate chemical emulsifiers, gums, and preservatives to maintain their bread-like consistency. Ingredients like xanthan gum, cellulose gum, or carrageenan may interfere with the balance of the gut microbiome, initiate inflammation, and potentially reduce nutrient absorption over time. Often promoted as zero-net carbs or suitable for diabetics, these products prioritize appearance over health benefits. Typically, they contain minimal natural fiber from whole grains, being engineered in laboratories to mimic texture rather than to enhance health. For seniors who are already dealing with issues such as constipation, sensitive digestion, or chronic inflammation, these bread substitutes can subtly exacerbate these conditions. Consider the example of Alonz Al Rickard, an 80-year-old retired park ranger from Missoula, Montana. Worried about increasing blood sugar levels, Al transitioned from whole wheat bread to a zero-carb wrap he discovered online. However, within a few days, he started to feel bloated, lethargic, and experienced severe abdominal pains. After lunch, his doctor looked over the list of ingredients and discovered that the wrap contained a high amount of synthetic fibers and gums. Al returned to eating a moderate quantity of authentic high-fiber bread made from 100% whole grains, and his symptoms vanished. The takeaway from this is that more processed does not equate to more effective. For older adults, choosing a slightly higher carbohydrate option derived from natural foods is almost always superior to a synthetic low-carbohydrate substitute that can burden the digestive system. In essence, although low-carb wraps and keto breads might seem attractive, they are not particularly suitable for seniors. If prioritizing digestion, comfort, and sustained health is your goal, and it ought to be, it's advisable to avoid these products. Opt for bread that contains ingredients you can easily identify. Look for consistent fiber content and a texture that your digestive system can manage smoothly. Coming up, we're going to examine a deceptively sweet bread commonly enjoyed as a snack or breakfast option, which can cause blood sugar drops and inflammation in older adults. Bread number 4, sweet breakfast breads. This sugary snare heightens inflammation and diminishes energy in seniors. There's a certain comfort in enjoying a piece of banana bread, raisin toast, or a cinnamon swirl loaf in the morning, particularly when accompanied by a hot cup of coffee. However, for older adults, these seemingly harmless breakfast options are typically high in sugar, low in fiber, and can negatively impact blood sugar levels, joint health, and overall vitality. This is why sweet breakfast breads are considered some of the worst bread choices that seniors should avoid. The issue with these breads stems from their blend of refined flour, added sugars, and a lack of substantial protein or fiber. This combination leads to a quick rise in blood sugar levels, which is soon followed by a significant drop, causing older adults to experience tiredness, irritability, and a craving for more snacks soon thereafter. Repeatedly experiencing these swings in blood sugar can lead to insulin resistance, increased weight, and potential cognitive problems over time. Besides the metabolic stress, sweet breads frequently include pro-inflammatory oils such as soybean or canola oil, along with preservatives that can overtax the liver and kidneys. For seniors who are dealing with arthritis, high blood pressure, or inflammation-related pain, these ingredients might subtly exacerbate symptoms with every piece consumed. Furthermore, many sweet breads are advertised as healthy due to their inclusion of nuts, dried fruit, or whole wheat flour. However, the truth is that many are more akin to cake rather than genuine bread. A single piece of commercially available banana bread might have 20 grams of sugar, which is about 5 teaspoons. For older adults aiming to maintain stable energy levels and smooth digestion, these figures are not beneficial. Think about Velma V. Lancaster, an 82-year-old retired language teacher from Scranton, Pennsylvania. Velma cherished her morning routine of having raisin bread toast, believing that the cinnamon and fruit offered a soft start to her day. She observed that her joints were stiffer by mid-morning, and her energy levels plummeted by noon. Following a consultation with her dietitian, she discovered that her breakfast contained almost as much sugar as a donut, but lacked any protein or fiber to moderate its impact. When she changed her breakfast to a slice of sprouted grain bread with almond butter and a side of fruit, she found her mornings to be more energized and her joint stiffness significantly diminished. For older adults, breakfast establishes the mood for the whole day. Beginning the day with sugary breads, even in limited quantities, can significantly impact mood, inflammation, and concentration. In essence, sweet breakfast pastries may seem tempting but are deceptive in their effects. They offer coziness, yet provide minimal nutritional value. Elderly individuals should consider them as infrequent treats rather than everyday necessities and opt for breakfast choices that supply fiber, protein, and sustained energy. Following this, we will delve into the 4 essential breads that seniors should incorporate into their diet. Begin with one that's high in natural fiber and verified to aid digestive health and blood sugar management. The top bread choice number 1, 100% whole grain bread. A blood sugar stabilizing, fiber-rich staple for senior wellness. When it comes to supporting energy, digestion, and long-term metabolic health, 100% whole grain bread is one of the top bread seniors should include in their diet. Unlike refined white or imitation multigrain breads, genuine whole grain bread provides a full nutritional package abundant in natural fiber, B vitamins, antioxidants, and slow-digesting carbohydrates, all essential for healthy aging. Whole grain bread is crafted from the full grain kernel, comprising the bran, germ, and endosperm. This is crucial as the bran and germ contain the majority of the fiber and nutrients. For older adults, fiber is essential. Fiber aids in regulating bowel movements, promotes heart health, and is essential for maintaining stable blood sugar levels, thereby decreasing the chances of sudden energy dips and prolonged insulin resistance. Numerous seniors face slower digestion, intermittent constipation, or varying energy levels during the day. Incorporating just a couple of slices of 100% whole grain bread into meals can supply the necessary fiber and nutrients that help keep the digestive system active, the gut microbiome healthy, and energy levels consistent. Consider the example of Rufus Roth Dinger, an 83-year-old retired mechanic living in Fresno, California. Rufus had initially eliminated bread from his diet entirely after being advised to monitor his carbohydrate intake, but this left him feeling constantly hungry and craving sugary treats by the afternoon. His daughter, who is a registered nurse, suggested that he switch to 100% whole grain bread rather than cutting it out completely. He started to relish a robust slice topped with tuna salad or avocado in the afternoon. Within a few weeks, he observed that his feelings of hunger and cravings for sugar had vanished. Even more encouraging, he experienced more consistent digestion and more stable energy levels throughout the day. However, not all whole grain breads are made the same. It's important for seniors to choose products that specify 100% whole grain or 100% whole wheat as the primary ingredient. Steer clear of breads labeled simply as wheat bread, multigrain, or made with whole grains unless the packaging distinctly states 100%. These are frequently marketing tactics. Equally crucial is the fiber content. Aim for a minimum of 3 grams of fiber per slice, but more is preferable. A number of superior options might comprise breads made from whole wheat, rye, barley, spelt, or oats, offering a mix of grains for enhanced nutritional advantages. To conclude, 100% whole grain bread is an excellent choice for seniors when selecting bread. It aids in digestion, helps maintain steady blood sugar levels, increases fullness, and provides essential nutrients that are increasingly important as we age. Unlike fashionable low-carb choices, this is crafted from authentic whole ingredients that naturally cooperate with the body. We will next present a sprouted bread option that is rich in active nutrients and is particularly easy on mature digestive systems, making it an essential for elderly adults prioritizing internal health. The finest bread, too, sprouted grain bread. A living, easy-to-digest choice that enhances nutrient absorption in older adults. With age, digestion can become more sensitive, and the body's capability to absorb nutrients from food might decrease. This is why sprouted grain bread is one of the optimal bread choices for seniors. A potent substitute for traditional bread that provides improved nutrition, enhanced digestibility, and a gentler experience for the mature digestive system. What sets sprouted grain bread apart? Rather than utilizing dry milled flour, these breads are crafted from whole grains that have been soaked and encouraged to sprout. A natural process that triggers enzymes, decreases anti-nutrients such as phytic acid, and starts to decompose starches and proteins. This leads to a bread that is gentler on the digestive system, enriched with bioavailable nutrients, and more easily tolerated by older adults with sensitive digestion or slight gluten intolerance. Sprouted grain breads generally include a mix of grains and legumes, including wheat, barley, millet, lentils, and spelt, providing a wider range of nutrients. They naturally contain high amounts of fiber, protein, B vitamins, and antioxidants. Unlike heavily processed, so-called healthy breads, they typically have no added sugars or artificial preservatives. Additionally, they have a lower glycemic impact. The process of sprouting partially breaks down the starches in these breads, which results in a slower release of glucose. This makes them perfect for elderly individuals with diabetes or anyone who wants to keep their energy levels consistent during the day. Now, let's introduce Clarence Clary Boudreau, an 85-year-old retired jazz musician from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Clary had been steering clear of bread for many years due to acid reflux and bloating issues. A member of his walking group recommended sprouted grain bread, and he decided to test it out, beginning with a single slice at breakfast, topped with almond butter. To his amazement, he experienced no digestive issues and felt a sustained energy level throughout his morning activities. Clary now maintains a stock of sprouted bread in his freezer and toasts a slice daily, relishing a fulfilling and age-appropriate kickoff to his day. When shopping, older adults should seek out brands marked as sprouted whole grain, ensuring that the ingredient list is free of added sugars and includes a mixture of whole grains and legumes. Many top-notch sprouted breads are located in the freezer section because they have fewer preservatives and should be kept chilled to preserve their freshness. To conclude, sprouted grain bread provides an optimal combination of the robust texture and nutrients found in whole grains, with improved digestibility and increased nutrient absorption. This is a bread that complements your body's needs rather than opposing them, making it an excellent addition to any senior's diet aimed at sustained health. Coming up, we'll delve into a robust, tasty bread crafted from ancient grains. It's packed with minerals and fiber, ideal for supporting heart health and providing enduring energy for seniors. Top 3. Ancient grain bread. A mineral-rich, heart-healthy choice that naturally energizes seniors. In an era filled with overly refined breads, ancient grain bread emerges as a wise and beneficial option, particularly for older adults. Crafted from grains that have stayed essentially unaltered for millennia, these breads offer robust nutrients, deep flavors, and a hearty texture that contribute to heart health, sustained energy, and enduring vitality. This is why ancient grain bread is considered one of the best breads for seniors to include in their diet. Ancient grains encompass types such as quinoa, amaranth, spelt, millet, farro, teff, and einkorn. These grains are naturally rich in magnesium, zinc, iron, B vitamins, fiber, and plant-based protein. These vital nutrients are crucial for older adults, aiding in the preservation of bone density, muscle performance, heart health, and cognitive sharpness. Ancient grain bread is distinguished by its slow-releasing carbohydrates and elevated fiber content. In contrast to refined white bread or excessively sugared breakfast breads, ancient grain bread decomposes more slowly, resulting in stable blood sugar levels and sustained energy. For older adults with diabetes, prediabetes, or those just looking for stable energy throughout the day, this can significantly enhance their quality of life. Consider the case of Mirabelle Mira Gentry, a 78-year-old retired museum docent from Helena, Montana. Mira had become weary of the dull flavor and bloating she encountered from regular wheat bread. Following her grandson's advice, she sampled a robust loaf composed of spelt and quinoa. As a result, she felt satiated for more extended periods, experienced fewer cravings for sweets in the afternoon, and actually began to enjoy her morning toast once more. Nowadays, Mira alternates among millet, farro, and sprouted ancient grain mixes, complementing them with avocado, hummus, or homemade nut butter for meals that are rich in nutrients, yet suitable for seniors. Additionally, breads made from ancient grains are more flavorful and fulfilling. Their earthy, nutty flavor adds a richness that promotes mindful eating and smaller servings, aiding seniors in controlling hunger and sustaining a healthy weight without a sense of deprivation. While shopping, seniors ought to search for labels stating 100% whole ancient grains, or that list ancient grains prominently among the ingredients. Steer clear of breads that merely sprinkle them on top, yet are primarily made from enriched wheat flour. Additionally, ensure that each slice contains at least 3 grams of fiber and that added sugars are minimized, ideally less than 2 grams per serving. In conclusion, bread made from ancient grains provides optimal nutrition for seniors. It is flavorful, nutrient-dense, and designed to enhance the strength and stability of an aging body. This is the type of bread that not only satisfies your hunger, but also energizes you. Coming up, we will conclude our list with an unexpected choice of refrigerated bread that is both beneficial for your gut and rich in protein. Ideal for older adults aiming to decrease inflammation and enhance digestive stability. The finest bread for sourdough is a bread that's gentle on the digestive system and offers anti-inflammatory benefits, making it a superb choice for older adults. If you desire a bread that not only tastes wonderful, but also naturally promotes health in seniors, then sourdough bread should certainly be high on your list. Unlike many commercially produced breads that contain numerous additives and fast-acting yeasts, sourdough undergoes a slow fermentation process. This leads to a bread that is easier on the digestive system, has a lower glycemic index, and contains substances that help decrease inflammation and promote gut health. This is why sourdough is one of the healthiest bread options for seniors. The benefits primarily stem from its fermentation process. Sourdough bread is crafted with a natural starter containing wild yeast and helpful bacteria. These organisms take their time to ferment the flour gradually over many hours. This fermentation process reduces gluten and phytic acid, enhancing the availability of nutrients such as magnesium, zinc, and iron in the bread for your body to absorb. For older adults who may suffer from digestive issues, bloating, or lack of essential minerals, sourdough provides significant benefits. An additional benefit of sourdough is its influence on maintaining stable blood sugar levels. Research indicates that the prolonged fermentation period of sourdough lessens the bread's effect on blood sugar levels, reducing the likelihood of sudden energy dips or spikes in glucose. This is particularly valuable for older individuals who are managing type 2 diabetes or dealing with insulin resistance. Let's introduce Eustace Stace Malloy, an 87-year-old retired park ranger from Bellingham, Washington. Stace had ceased consuming bread entirely due to bloating and indigestion. However, after sampling whole-grain sourdough from a nearby bakery, he was astonished. He was able to savor toast once more without any discomfort and observed that his energy levels after meals were more stable. Sourdough has now become a staple in his diet each week, often accompanied by poached eggs or a vegetable soup. Apart from its health advantages, sourdough provides a deep, tangy taste and a pleasing texture that is favored by many older adults. Sourdough can be toasted, dipped in olive oil, or incorporated into sandwiches without requiring sugary spreads or too much salt. This makes it both nutritious and truly delightful. When selecting sourdough, opt for traditionally naturally fermented loaves, ideally sourced from a bakery or the refrigerated aisle. The ingredients should be straightforward, typically just flour, water, salt, and starter. Steer clear of store-bought sourdough-flavored breads. Many of these products include vinegar and commercial yeast, rather than undergoing genuine fermentation, and they do not offer the health advantages of authentic sourdough. To recap, sourdough bread is exceptionally beneficial for digestive health and has anti-inflammatory properties, making it an excellent option for older adults. The natural fermentation of sourdough bread boosts nutrient absorption, enhances digestibility, and helps maintain steady blood sugar levels, promoting a healthy and enjoyable dietary choice for aging well. Having investigated the least and most beneficial breads for seniors, we now conclude this video with a strong closing that emphasizes the main points and ways you can improve your bread selections immediately. As demonstrated throughout this presentation, breads vary significantly, particularly concerning the specific requirements of older adults. Although bread may be a comforting staple in daily diets, choosing the incorrect types may subtly undermine your health. Breads such as white bread, deceiving multigrain loaves, heavily processed low-carb wraps, and sweetened breakfast breads might be easy choices, yet they are frequently devoid of nutrients, packed with additives, and notorious for causing blood sugar levels to surge and inflammation to increase. These are the types of bread that older adults should avoid, regardless of their appealing taste or familiarity. However, the positive side is that the correct types of bread can have completely beneficial effects. Selecting choices such as 100% whole grain bread, sprouted grain bread, ancient grain bread, and traditional sourdough can provide genuine nourishment. These are the types of breads that seniors should consume. They are abundant in fiber, easy on the digestive system, loaded with essential nutrients, and crafted to promote consistent energy, heart health, and a robust gut. We hold the conviction that aging healthily doesn't mean you have to completely give up the foods you genuinely love and enjoy. It's really about making smarter choices. By replacing just one type of bread with a healthier alternative, you can decrease bloating, enhance regular digestion, and provide your body with the sustained energy necessary for flourishing. So, pause for a moment and look through your pantry. Examine the labels. Consider whether the bread you're eating is benefiting your health or harming it. The selections you make while shopping for groceries can significantly impact your daily well-being. If this video has inspired you to reconsider your choices of bread, please share your thoughts in the comments below. Which types of bread have you been purchasing, and which varieties are you planning to explore moving forward? And remember to hit the like button, share, and subscribe to the channel for more reliable information on healthy aging, intelligent nutrition, and thriving well, one bite at a time. After dissecting the health impact of breads, our journey continues towards a naturally vibrant part of our diet. Next, we'll delve into the profound medical benefits and considerations of various fruits, exploring their power to enhance well-being. Have you ever observed that climbing the stairs seems somewhat more challenging than it once did? Or how retrieving an item from the ground requires slightly more exertion than it used to? This gradual decline in muscle power is something many individuals over 60 experience, but frequently just resign themselves to as a natural aspect of aging. What if I suggested that things could be different? Naturally, aging is a part of life, but a decline in your energy and strength isn't inevitable. There are methods to bolster your muscles and maintain your body's robustness, utilizing something as basic and enjoyable as fruit. Indeed, certain fruits can safeguard against muscle deterioration or sarcopenia, aiding in your ability to remain active and independent for a longer period. In this video, I will introduce you to 5 potent fruits that naturally combat muscle loss and assist in building strength, all without the need for pills, powders, or complex routines. Each item is supported by scientific research, readily available at your nearby supermarket, and safe even for those dealing with diabetes or heart issues. The fruit that ranks highest on this list might already be in your kitchen, yet you might not realize its remarkable benefits. Make sure to watch until the end, because the top pick is definitely not to be missed. If you enjoy this kind of content, don't forget to leave a comment and subscribe. Every tip is carefully designed with your well-being in mind. Now, let's delve into our first fruit. We begin with something smooth, tasty, and unexpectedly potent, the avocado. You may know that it's beneficial for the heart, and perhaps you savor it occasionally on toast or mixed into a salad. But here's an aspect that often goes unnoticed. This simple green fruit can silently turn into one of your most powerful partners in combating age-related muscle decline. Avocados are loaded with healthy fats, especially monounsaturated fats, which are effective in reducing chronic inflammation. This is more significant than you may realize. As we get older, our bodies tend to become more susceptible to inflammation. This persistent low-level inflammation might not immediately trigger pain, yet it quietly harms tissues, such as muscle, thereby complicating the body's ability to repair and regenerate. This is a primary method by which sarcopenia gradually begins to affect us. Moreover, avocados offer more benefits. They are an excellent source of potassium. Indeed, they have a higher potassium content per gram than bananas. Why is this significant? Because potassium aids in the proper contraction of your muscles. In addition to magnesium, avocados also contain another essential mineral. Together, these elements help to prevent cramping, ensure consistent muscle operation, and even maintain a regular heartbeat. When your muscles are operating efficiently, you feel more balanced, more vibrant, and less likely to experience sudden trips or falls. Beneath the surface, avocados offer even more benefits. They are abundant in vitamin E, a potent antioxidant that safeguards muscle cells against oxidative stress, essentially shielding them from wear and tear. Additionally, avocados contain fiber. A single medium avocado includes about 10 grams of fiber. This not only supports regular digestion, but also assists in controlling blood sugar levels. This is particularly important for those managing diabetes or who are looking to prevent spikes in sugar levels that can drain energy. Research published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition has shown that older adults consuming higher amounts of monounsaturated fats, such as those present in avocados, experienced improved mobility and a reduced risk of becoming frail. Another intriguing study discovered that lutein, a carotenoid present in avocados, was linked to improved muscle strength and physical function in older adults. This suggests that avocados do more than just maintain your muscles. They enhance their functionality. I recall Clara, a vivacious 72-year-old with a sparkling laugh and a determination that simply spreads. She once shared with me that she frequently experienced leg cramps almost every evening. Her daughter recommended incorporating some avocado into her diet, merely half a fruit daily. After several weeks, she observed that she was able to sleep through the night, and her morning strolls no longer seemed so burdensome. Now it's part of her daily routine, a piece of avocado on toast, occasionally topped with a few sesame seeds and a hint of lemon. The beauty of avocado lies in its adaptability. You can savor it mashed, sliced, or pureed. Consider blending it into a smoothie with spinach and almond milk for a muscle-supporting breakfast, or just keep it straightforward. Combine it with eggs at breakfast or dollop it over a salad. Others even whip up a rich avocado chocolate pudding. Indeed, even desserts can be nutritious, and there's no need to be concerned if you're monitoring your sugar intake or keeping an eye on your blood pressure. Avocados contain no cholesterol, virtually no sugar, and are rich in healthy fats. They promote a feeling of fullness without any sudden drops in energy, making them a perfect snack for those looking to remain energetic without depending on processed energy bars or sweetened beverages. Now that we've introduced a gentle, calming element to your regimen, let's discuss a fruit that's vibrant, lively, and poised to banish discomfort like a familiar companion. You know those mornings when your legs are tight before you even step out of bed? Or those afternoons when your shoulders throb seemingly without cause? That weary, sluggish feeling can often settle in as we age, and it tends to stick around more than we desire. However, nature in its infinite wisdom has embedded a small secret within a vibrant red fruit, the tart cherry. These tart cherries, unlike their sweet relatives that we enjoy during the summer, are typically the sour varieties that are frequently consumed in juice or dried forms. They are abundant in potent substances known as anthocyanins. These natural antioxidants are proven to greatly decrease inflammation, a key factor in muscle pain, stiffness, and the progressive deterioration of muscle tissue in older adults. Chronic inflammation acts as a persistent, low-level fire within your body, gradually diminishing your strength and resilience over time. Tart cherries are effective in extinguishing that inflammation. What is particularly astonishing is the way tart cherry assists in muscle recuperation. Numerous clinical trials have shown that athletes who consumed tart cherry juice prior to and following strenuous workouts reported reduced muscle pain and faster recovery times. And if it can assist marathon runners and weightlifters in their recovery, think about its benefits for those of us just aiming to remain agile, self-sufficient, and free from discomfort. A study in the Journal of the International Society of Sports Nutrition observed that runners who drank tart cherry juice for 7 days prior to a long-distance race experienced considerably less pain after running. Their muscles recovered more quickly and they regained strength earlier. A separate study conducted by Oregon Health and Science University discovered that tart cherry juice effectively lowers indicators of muscle damage and inflammation even in older adults, without adverse effects. This suggests that if you engage in activities like walking, participate in exercise classes, or perform gentle stretching, tart cherry could be a subtle ally in maintaining your activity levels. It aids in quicker muscle recovery post-exercise and diminishes the persistent discomfort that can sometimes deter ongoing physical activity. Yet, the advantages extend beyond just muscle health. Tart cherries are rich in natural melatonin, a hormone that regulates sleep. Many older adults face challenges with sleep, such as difficulty falling asleep, remaining asleep, or waking up prematurely. Consuming a small glass of 100% tart cherry juice in the evening can enhance both the length and the quality of sleep. As you might be aware, sleep is the time when your body undergoes repair, including your muscles. My neighbor, Paul, who is 68, told me he used to wake up feeling as if his legs were filled with cement. He began consuming tart cherry juice each evening after dinner. Within a fortnight, he mentioned that he was experiencing less stiffness upon waking and felt more energized during the day. "It's as if I allowed my body to heal overnight," he commented with a smile. And there's more to appreciate. Tart cherry is suitable for most dietary requirements. The juice, provided it is 100% pure and without added sugars, ranks low on the glycemic index and can be safely consumed in moderate quantities by individuals monitoring their blood sugar levels. Alternatively, you might consider tart cherry capsules or adding dried tart cherries to oatmeal or yogurt if you prefer not to drink the juice. Certainly, it's always prudent to consult your physician if you're introducing something new to your regimen, particularly if you're taking medications. However, generally speaking, tart cherry is well accepted, natural, and safe for older adults aiming to lessen muscle soreness and promote healthy aging. Now, let's proceed to the next fruit. This one not only alleviates pain, but also aids your muscles in achieving optimal performance. Now, let's discuss a fruit that is as attractive as it is potent. The pomegranate. Those deep red seeds might be small, but they deliver a remarkable boost to muscle health and strength, particularly in our later years. If you're searching for a natural method to enhance your energy, improve circulation, and safeguard your muscles against damage, this might become your preferred fruit. Pomegranates are abundant in antioxidants, especially polyphenols such as ponacogen, which assist in reducing oxidative stress in the body. Oxidative stress is a significant factor in muscle fatigue and aging. It's what causes you to feel exhausted after only light activity and reduces the speed at which your muscles recover following exertion. By combating this stress, pomegranates assist in maintaining the integrity of your muscle fibers and enhancing their performance. However, what truly distinguishes pomegranate is its effect on blood circulation. It naturally enhances the production of nitric oxide, which aids in widening your blood vessels and enhancing circulation. Why does this matter for your muscles? Because improved circulation means more oxygen and nutrients are transported to your muscle tissue. This implies that your muscles may function more effectively during physical activities and recover more swiftly afterwards. This is particularly crucial for elderly individuals, as their circulatory health often declines as they age. A study featured in the Journal of Nutrition revealed that elderly adults who took pomegranate extract prior to engaging in physical activities demonstrated enhanced endurance and experienced reduced fatigue. Another study demonstrated that pomegranate assisted in decreasing muscle soreness and enhancing recovery periods. These advantages were apparent even in individuals who did not engage in intense exercise. This is significant information for those who are simply trying to manage daily strolls or minor tasks at home. If you've ever experienced stiffness or tightness after a period of inactivity, there's some encouraging news. The anti-inflammatory qualities of pomegranate can also help alleviate these discomforts. It's akin to providing your muscles with a smoother surface to operate on, with fewer impediments hindering motion. My friend George, who is 74 years old and has recently taken up gardening once more, shared with me that he consumes a small glass of pomegranate juice before going outdoors. He mentions that it makes him feel more energetic, reduces his soreness later, and even improves his sleep at night. "It's as if my muscles are more content," he said, laughing. Pomegranate also enhances mitochondrial health, meaning it aids in more efficient energy production by your cells. Picture your mitochondria as miniature power stations within your muscles. The higher their efficiency, the greater your strength and stamina to relish your day, whether you're engaging with your grandkids or preparing a large meal in the kitchen. And there's something even more thrilling. The advantages of pomegranate extend beyond just the juice. You can consume the seeds known as arrows by sprinkling them on yogurt, adding them to a salad, or mixing them into smoothies. They have a slightly tart taste, are wonderfully refreshing, and are simple to enjoy. Just keep in mind, moderation is essential. Pomegranate juice is beneficial for your health, but it is naturally high in sugars. Ensure that you choose 100% juice without any added sugars and restrict your intake to approximately 4 to 6 ounces daily, or consider eating the whole seeds to include fiber with the antioxidants. The following fruit we will discuss possesses an ancient mystery concealed within its wrinkled exterior, one that can genuinely reverse the effects of aging on muscles. Now, let's consider a fruit that is frequently underestimated. Nevertheless, it harbors one of the most potent secrets to maintaining muscle strength as we grow older. I'm referring to prunes. Indeed, these simple dried plums are often believed to be just beneficial for digestion. However, don't let their wrinkled appearance deceive you. Within them, prunes contain remarkable natural compounds that aid in maintaining your muscles robust, firm, and shielded against the decline associated with aging. Why are prunes so beneficial? Initially, they are loaded with antioxidants such as chlorogenic acid, neochlorogenic acid, and rutin. These substances are crucial in fighting the inflammation and oxidative stress that gradually deteriorate muscle tissue as we age. These substances shield your muscle cells from harm, diminish inflammation in joints and connective tissues, and aid in quicker recuperation following physical exertion. But the story becomes even more intriguing. Research has shown that the polyphenol found in prunes can potentially promote muscle development by triggering a hormone known as IGF-1, or insulin-like growth factor. This hormone is crucial in stimulating the body to create new muscle fibers and sustain the current ones. In a notable laboratory experiment, prune extracts markedly enhanced the volume of muscle cells and amplified protein synthesis, a crucial process for muscle restoration and strength. Therefore, prunes do more than just decelerate muscle deterioration. They could indeed assist in developing new strength even beyond 60. Consider this. A straightforward sweet treat stored in your pantry could be aiding in the preservation of the muscle mass you've diligently built. Prunes are also one of the top sources of boron, a trace mineral that supports both muscle and bone health. Boron assists your body in utilizing calcium, magnesium, and vitamin D more efficiently. These are all crucial elements for maintaining robust muscles and bones. This is particularly crucial for older adults who are susceptible to both sarcopenia and osteoporosis. Additionally, we must consider their renowned fiber content. Prunes are packed with soluble fiber, which not only aids in maintaining a healthy digestive system, but also assists in controlling blood sugar and cholesterol levels. Maintaining balanced blood sugar levels leads to more consistent energy throughout the day. This is crucial when you're aiming to remain active or accomplish your daily activities without feeling tired. My Aunt Helen, who is 76, was doubtful when I recommended incorporating prunes into her daily regimen. She chuckled and remarked, "Aren't those just for people with sluggish digestion?" Yet, after a month of incorporating 5 prunes daily into her breakfast, she phoned me to share that she felt less sore following her morning strolls. "It's as though I've lubricated the joints," she commented. Now, she maintains a container on her countertop and highly recommends them. Prunes are wonderfully simple to enjoy. You can eat them directly from the package, slice them into your oatmeal, incorporate them into smoothies, or even combine them with nuts to make an easy energy ball. They have a natural sweetness, making them feel like a delightful treat without causing a surge in your blood sugar levels. Indeed, prunes have a low glycemic index and are typically safe for individuals with diabetes if consumed in moderation. Moving on, let's discuss a fruit that you've probably been eating since you were young. However, you'll be surprised to learn what researchers have found in its skin, a method that might assist you in regenerating muscle even into your 70s and later years. Leading our selection is a fruit everyone knows well, the apple. You're probably familiar with the age-old adage, "An apple a day keeps the doctor away." However, what if I revealed that an apple could also contribute to preventing muscle decline? Beneath the sharp crunch, apples harbor a potent mix of nutrients that extend beyond merely quenching your craving for something sweet. These nutrients might also bolster muscle strength, stamina, and general well-being as we grow older. What is it about apples that makes them beneficial for muscle health? The key is in a substance present in their skin known as aurolic acid. This natural plant compound has undergone extensive research recently, and scientists have made an impressive discovery. Aurolic acid can potentially encourage the growth of muscles and diminish the degradation of muscle tissues. A study conducted on animals and published in the journal Cell Metabolism revealed that mice-administered ursolic acid exhibited an increase in muscle mass and faced less muscle degradation, even in situations typically leading to muscle loss. Naturally, human physiology differs from that of mice, but preliminary research in humans is also showing encouraging results. Ursolic acid seems to boost levels of IGF-1, the same hormone discussed previously in relation to prunes, which aids in muscle growth and repair. It might also aid in decreasing levels of myostatin, a protein that instructs your body to cease muscle development. Lower myostatin levels mean greater potential for strength. Yet, apples offer even more benefits. They're also loaded with quercetin, a potent antioxidant that promotes mitochondrial health, aiding your cells in producing energy more efficiently. When your muscles have healthier mitochondria, they perform better, recover more quickly, and withstand fatigue longer. This means you can remain active for extended periods without feeling exhausted. And let's not forget about fiber, especially soluble fiber such as pectin present in apples. This aids in controlling blood sugar levels, preserving gut health, and lowering inflammation. All these elements indirectly contribute to muscle strength and performance. A well-functioning digestive system ensures improved absorption of nutrients, meaning that your muscles receive an optimal supply of proteins, vitamins, and minerals necessary for their health. I recall a conversation with Mr. David, who at 79 years of age continues to engage in light gardening every morning. He attributes his health to his daily apple, always eaten with the peel. "It keeps me regular, active, and youthful," he explained with a wink. It appears he may be onto something more than mere routine. Now, here's a useful suggestion. Avoid peeling your apples. The skin contains the majority of the acid. Opt for organic when possible. Thoroughly cleanse them and savor them whole. Incorporate slices into your oatmeal, pair them with almond butter, or snack on one in the late morning. It's an easy routine with accumulating advantages. If you have concerns about sugar intake, apples are an excellent option. Although they are sweet, they have a low glycemic index, which means they do not lead to significant increases in blood sugar levels if consumed with their skin and combined with some fiber or protein. Additionally, apples are hydrating, low in calories, and extremely easy to carry around. In research carried out at the University of Iowa, scientists discovered that urolic acid not only enhances muscle development in mice, but also decreases fat buildup and boosts glucose tolerance, both key indicators of healthy aging. As further studies on humans are ongoing, the implication is evident. Apples are more than merely a snack. They are included in a daily regimen for robust aging. So indeed, perhaps an apple a day can do more than just keep the doctor at bay. It could actually assist in maintaining the strength and independence that are most important. That sharp bite, that succulent crunch, it's not just tasty. It's a subtle act of self-care. Now, let's put it all together. 5 fruits, straightforward and well-known, delectable. Each one, including avocado, tart cherry, pomegranate, prune, and apple, contains a distinctive type of power. This isn't only for your muscles, but also for your vitality, your mobility, your autonomy, and your happiness. They're not rare superfoods that require a hunt or a hefty price tag. They're readily available in your neighborhood grocery store, ready to be included in your daily routine. Perhaps you've noticed the changes recently. A bit more stiffness in the morning, slightly less strength in your legs, a little more reluctance to climb the stairs or lift something heavy. That's all right. You're in good company. However, you are not without power. Nature has supplied us with gentle resources to keep us robust, not only physically, but also spiritually. And the great thing is, you don't need to completely revamp your lifestyle. You don't require a gym membership or an intricate routine. You simply need some simple daily habits, such as incorporating these fruits into your meals and a little persistence. Gradually, day after day, you will notice the difference. Increased vitality, reduced discomfort, improved sleep, and a feeling of assurance as you navigate your home or stroll through the park. This isn't about turning back the clock. It's about respecting your current body and providing it with what it requires to flourish. Each apple you enjoy, each prune you mix into your morning meal, each dose of tart cherry juice at night represent decisions.